Hey, Tatoy, I ever told you how you got your name? Boy, because of one of my real good partners who lived next door to me when I was a little boy. I don't think I ever told you that story about the 4 boys and that old Milwaukee beer. Boy, that's a good one. You gonna like this one.
So one day, there was 4 little boys who was up to no good. And then one of them had an idea. He said, hey, I know what we should do. We should go up the street to that old man's gas station and buy some beer and drink that. And then one of them little boys said, well, even if we could get that beer, where are we gonna put it so our mom and daddy don't find it? So the little boy thought for a while. And then Tatoy had an idea. He said, hey, I know. My mama is going to the hospital tonight to stay with my papa so we could put the beer in the attic and y'all could come back tonight and we could drink it. And all the little boys, they said, man, that's a good idea. So the plan was set. Now, Tatoy had to go home and eat lunch. But those other 3 little boys, well, they went to prank call that old man at the gas station. They were going to pretend to be one of them's daddy, bro. Now, when that old man answered the phone, hello, one of those little boys was like, hello, this is Mr. T-Butt, and I'm not feeling very good today. I'm going to send my little boy up the road to this gas station and get me some beer, okay? And that old man was like, T-Butt? That don't sound like T-Butt. That sounds like Bernadette from the Thornton Lounge. Who is this? And one of those little boys was like, oh, no, it's definitely me, T-Butt. I just got a real sore throat, you know? So could my little boy go get me some beer? And that old man was like, well, if it's really you, T-Butt, I guess you could send him what kind of beer you want. And that little boy was like, how about some of that Old Milwaukee? And that old man was like, Old Milwaukee? Oh yeah, I got that in the back. What time you gonna send him, T-Butt? And that little boy was like, oh, I'm gonna send him right now, okay? And the old man was like, okay, I'll see y'all then. And he hung up the phone. Boy, them little boys jumped on their bikes and they pedaled up the street to go get that beer. They were so excited. And on the way back, well, they almost had their wheels fall off. They pedaled so fast. They were trying to hurry up so they could hide that beer into Toots Mamore's attic, you know? And the plan was set. Operation Old Milwaukee was intact. Now, later that night around midnight when the coast was clear, 3 of those little boys snuck out their house to meet in front of the Toots Mamore's. And boy, they was excited to drink that beer, yeah, bro. But no matter how hard one of those little boys was knocking on the door, nobody was answering. So the little boy started to get a little worried. One of the little boys even said, I bet he's in there drinking it without us. Now, what those little boys didn't know was that the Toots Mamore hadn't gone to the hospital to be with Papa like she was supposed to, but the Toots forgot to call the boys and tell them. So now his Mamore is running around the living room all ballistic, yelling, they're gonna kill us! So the Toots just kind of snuck off into his room acting like he didn't know that, hoping that those little boys would go away. But those 3 little boys, oh no, they had those beer-hungry eyes, bro. They were trying to break into the Toots' window. One of those little boys even yelled at him, come on, Tut, we know you're in there. We're going to kill ya. And that just made Tut Mamore go even crazier. She was running around yelling, we got to call the cops. So, boy, when they heard the sirens coming, those 3 little boys, they took off fast into the night and just barely made it home before they got caught. The Tut Mamore was going on a rampage, yelling at the cops, saying, like, if you don't find these criminals, I'm going to have your badge. So the cops went out and they were looking with one of those big lights, like those Q-beams, but they didn't find nothing. Now, that night, one of those little boys, he was sweating up a storm, bro. And them other 2, well, they wasn't doing much better. Because they kept imagining that they would spend their life behind bars, bro.
Hey, you don't think that's scary? I guarantee I thought that was scary.
The next morning when the sun come up, boy, those 3 little boys ran as fast as they could over to the Toots Mamore's house to find out what had happened. And there she was, standing in her curlers, all hysterical, yelling, oh, Lord, you ain't gonna believe what happened last night. 3 men tried to come and kill me and the Toots. Oh, that's right. The Toots Mamore had given the police a description of 3 large criminals, wrestler-sized dudes, bro. And she said she knew they were dangerous because one of them had one of those big skull tattoos on his arm like that. One of them was wearing one of those scary biker hats like that. And she said the leader had a big old baseball bat and he even knew the Toots' name. So she said they were probably rival gang members. So the Toots Mamore was yelling at the boys saying, y'all better stay inside until these scoundrels are brought to justice. So the little boys left and they went to look for the Toots. And when they finally found him, one of the little boys asked, hey, Toots, Why didn't you tell us your mama wasn't going to stay with your papa at the hospital, bro? And the dude looked embarrassed. But he said, I don't know. I guess I forgot. So all the little boys laughed.
So what you think about that? Well, it's a good story, huh? You know the moral of this story is, if your mama ain't going with your papa to the hospital like she's supposed to, you better call your partners and tell them not to come over and drink that beer, bro. If not, you might have your mama running around like a crazy lady saying there's 3 large criminals in the neighborhood, when in fact there's just 4 little couillons. Oh, look, you got one. Oh, look, yeah.